I've been stalling this for a while. Since this morning, since this last week, the last several years. But today, I remembered you. And I hadn't in so long. And I think the most heartbreaking part of it all was that you wouldn't have minded. In fact, forgetting you would have been a good sign. But I refused to forget you. I didn't know if you were real. Logically, plainly, you just weren't. You were the product of a child's vivid imagination, as they would say. And I think they were right, at least partially. Because after everything that's happened in our lives, after how much I've grown, taking accountability for how you came to be and what happened to you is the least I can do. You were chained, shackled, forced to sit in darkness at the deepest recesses of my mind because I was afraid of you. Afraid of what you did to me. Afraid of how much you hurt me. I was afraid of you. And every other part of me agreed that locking you away was for the greater good. And it took so long, so painfully long to realize I never asked why you did what you did. Why you came to be in the first place. Again, I'm fully aware I'm talking to what is most likely just a figment of my imagination. Especially because I can barely remember you now. I'm literally hanging on to my last bits of memory as I write this. And you can damn well bet that I'm not letting go. Not now. Not when I owe you so much. Because I was afraid of you. Because I didn't understand you. Because I remember you. And if I remember you, then regardless of whether or not you were in my head, you were real. You were real. And you were alive. And knowing what I know now, knowing that if I have you stay where you are, in that foggy darkness I could never find you again, I say no. I want you to live. You will live. Because after everything you've done to me, for me, God, the least I could do is create just a little space for you. I still forget, you see. That never really stopped. But it's gotten so much better now. So much more manageable. And while I'll never get clinically diagnosed anytime soon, the label doesn't matter. I learned to live. I'm still alive. I've forgotten so much. So much. And I know that a lot of it was because of you. And I think, in hindsight, that part of me that hated you was because I knew you were responsible for it all. Sure, you may have only took bits and pieces, but it's all a house of cards. You take some of the foundation away, so what happens? Everything tumbles down. And it took an entire lifetime to rebuild everything from the ruins. You did that. It was your fault. But it was mine too. I gave those pillars to you, and I punished you for it. I know you don't owe me anything, but I do. So I choose to create a home for you, as far away from those dark depths, and somewhere where you can feel the sun again. But I think it might be too bright for you, so I'll give you a house. Lola's Bahay Kubo, that used to be our safe space. Even if there were times where it wasn't, but I hope the kubo will suit you. It'll be elevated, so you have the warm breeze of the day and cool air of the night to filter in and out, so you have a wide perch to sit on to survey the land. The land? I haven't thought of the land in a while. But I don't need to, I think. You're the immediate world right now, so your new home is what matters. You will have trees. An entire forest dedicated to you. A lake to bathe in, to fish in, to swim in, whatever you'd like. Farmlands, good soil that will always remain with crop. And clothes. Clothes that will warm you, that will fit you. And your hair. I know our hair is a subject of its own, but I'd like you to know that I cut all of mine twice now, and it felt freeing. So, whatever you want to do with your hair, I'll gladly leave it up to you. I know your scars won't disappear, The holes on your wings, the stains on your hands, the bruises on your wrists and your ankles, your entire being reshaped into what it is now. I know they will remain. So I wish for them to heal. I wish for you to heal. To one day see you stand straight with pride. To see you soar in the skies. To see you smile. I wish for the softest grass. I wish for the coolest shade under the trees. I wish for food in your belly. To see your strength in your stance. And above all, I wish you peace. I never knew your name, and I don't think I ever will, but that's okay, because one day, when I come back next to you, I hope you'll allow me this one grace, to call you my friend, because you were my oldest, dearest friend. You don't have to say it back. Thank you for everything. I will remember you.